Active Learning Techniques in Understanding Risk Associated with Planning, presented by Lee Templin and Dr. Richard Miller. One of the more difficult decisions that a project manager has to make is the predicament between planning and action. Do we act, that is, execute it without planning, or do we plan by expending resources to plan their next course of action? This exercise is conducted during the lab session of the first week of my class. The purpose of this exercise is to expose the students to the potential risk associated with different levels of planning, but also to allow the students to interact in a more comfortable setting before selecting their teams. It seems they all like to play games at one point or another. This exercise is based on the OOPS game with some variation. These are the required materials for the exercise. Before the exercise, students were asked 12 questions. These questions covered areas in planning, risk, gaming, probability. An example, the maximum profit for a project is by fully planning the project to eliminate any risk. After the exercise, the students were asked the same 12 questions in a different order. Both quizzes used a Likert scale of strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. An analysis pre-exercise and post-exercise results yielded two significant findings. This is the project planning board with the cards shuffled in the yard. Basic rules. Pick a card and place it face up on the project. Pick next card. If the card can be played, that is, it has a common edge, place on the project. If a card cannot be played, no common edge, place on the project face down. If a card played results in another card that is face down to have a common edge with a card that is face up, then that card can be played and is turned face up. The diagram shows the common edge for the card 1. It is 2 and 4. The scoring as follows: play 1 point, fail 3 points, plan 1 point. There are 3 different scenarios: risk ignored, risk avoided, and risk evaluated. Each scenario has specific rules to follow, which we'll cover next. Risk ignored scenario rules. Pick a starting card and place it on the project. For all the remaining card selections in this scenario, pick a card from the pile. If the card can be played, great, place it on the project. But if the card cannot be played, then you fail and place card on the project face down. The only scoring options in this scenario are can play it on project, 1 point, cannot play, fail on project, 3 points. Demonstration video follows. The first scenario is risk ignored. The initial card is the 3, and it is placed face up on the project. The second card is the 7, no common edge, therefore failed, placed face down. The next card is the 8, no common edge, therefore fail, placed face down. The next card is the 2, has a common edge with 3, and therefore project, placed face up. Playing the 2 does not cause any of the previous failed cards to be played. The next card is the 4, no common edge, therefore fail, placed face down. The next card is the 9, no common edge, therefore fail, placed face down. The next card is the 1, has a common edge with 2, and therefore project, placed face up. By playing the 1, the other cards, 4, 7, 8, 9, are played to the project. The 2 remaining cards are played directly to the project. The score for this iteration is 21. In this scenario, only scores of 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27 are possible. Risk avoided scenario rules. Pick starting card and place it on the project. For all remaining card selections in this scenario, they must be planned before the selection of the card from the pile. This must continue until the next card selected has a 100% probability of being played. If the card can be played, place it on the project face up. But if the card cannot be played, then place the card on the project face down. The only scoring options in this scenario are plan the card, 1 point, can play the card on the project, 1 point. Demonstration video follows. The second scenario is risk avoided. The initial card is the 3, and it is placed face up on the project. Plan the second card, it is the 7, no common edge, placed face down. Plan the next card, it is the 8, no common edge, placed face down. Plan the next card, it is the 2, has a common edge with 3, therefore project, placed face up. Playing the 2 does not cause any of the previously planned cards to be played. Plan the next card, it is the 4, no common edge, placed face down. Plan the next card, it is the 9, no common edge, place face down. The probability of the next card can be played is 100%, therefore no planning required. The remaining 3 cards are played directly to the project. and the other cards, 4, 7, 8, and 9, are also played to the project. The score for this iteration is 14. In this scenario, only scores of 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are possible. Risk evaluated scenario rules. Pick starting card and place it on the project. For the next card selections in this scenario, the student must plan before selection. This must continue until the next card selected has a greater than 50% probability of being played. When the next card selection has a probability of greater than 50% being played, the student must decide to play or plan the next card. If the card can be played, place it on the project face up. But if the card cannot be played, then you place the card on the project face down. It is a plan or a fail based on your decision. The only scoring options in this scenario are: can play the card on the project, 1 point; plan the card, 1 point; cannot play, fail the card on the project, 3 points. Demonstration video to follow. The third scenario is risk evaluated. The initial card is the 3, and it is placed face up on the project. Next card must be planned, as probability not greater than 50%. Plan the second card, it is the 7, no common edge, place face down. Next card probability is 28.6%. Plan the next card, it is the 8, no common edge, place face down. Next card probability is 33.3%. Plan the next card, it is the 2, has a common edge with 3, therefore project, place face up. Playing the 2 does not cause any of the previously planned cards to be played. The next card probability is 60%. Decide to play the card. The next card is a 4. No common edge, therefore fail. Place face down on the project. The next card probability is 75%. Decide to play the card. The next card is 9. No common edge, therefore fail. Place face down on the project. The next card probability is 100%. Therefore the remaining 3 cards are played directly to the project, and the other cards, 4, 7, 8, 9, are also played to the project. The score for this iteration is 18. In this scenario, scores of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 are possible. Results from scenarios. The results from doing the study over the past 10 years have yielded the following observations. Ignored averages the highest score, yet has the lowest possible score, that is a 9. In our scenario, we had a 21. Avoided gives us consistent scores, but very small variation of scores. And in our example, we had a 14. Evaluated typically scores the lowest average, but could be higher than the evaluated scenario, as ours did with the 18. The bottom line is, plan your project, but don't overplan your project. Comparison of the quizzes yielded these 2 findings. The question, is there a 60% probability that an activity will be performed with no adverse activities, then you feel confident and move forward, had a lower score. And then the question, the best approach when planning a project is to avoid all risk by fully planning the project so that no unplanned occurrences happen, also had a noticeable drop in the score. So students learned that evaluating the situation is better than making just a blanket statement. Risk is not mutually exclusive, but is intertwined with all the activities. The authors used the following references in completing this paper. If anyone would like to get the materials in a PDF format, they may contact either author, Lee Templin or Dr. Richard Miller, at the following email addresses. The authors wish to thank you for your attendance during this paper. Thank you and have a great day.